Welcome to the Break Room Podcast.
Hey guys.
We're spent.
We really are. I feel like we say this every week.
We do.
But we're trying. Like it's been a time.
We truly though, like I have to say, for never doing anything like this, we are very consistent.
We are.
We're working very hard. And I think that that's like, you know, for this not being our job and like also working and doing school, like we're committed.
Yeah.
You know, like we're consistent.
We are putting in the work as much as we can.
We put it in
Every
once
week.
a week. We do the thing. And also the editing.
It's been a thing.
Every single video has given us a problem. And like this week, we didn't have any content until literally yesterday.
Yep.
Here we are.
And it's like I feel so bad because I feel like every week we're like, hey, it's
I
been
was
a
gonna
week.
say,
like they're gonna think like we hate, like someone's forcing us to do
I know.
this.
It's like, this is literally something that we did to enjoy, but we're
Yes.
so tired of everything else that this becomes a chore.
Yes.
Which is so unfortunate because
Right.
it is supposed to be so exciting.
Exactly.
But we get to the point because we also, like, we talk all
the
day
time.
long.
Yeah.
So, like, going from, okay, I already updated you on everything that happened this week.
Yeah.
Let's sit down and talk about everything that happened this week. It's
Right.
like, we've already done it.
Right.
I
And
feel
I'm
like we cannot communicate.
And like, I'm so worried. I'm like, no one think that we hate this. I don't hate this. I love it. It's
I know.
just kind of like, there's just so much going on.
Yeah.
But like, I don't want to, I'm not a person that gives up.
Exactly.
And I know we love this.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, we're so busy. Thankfully,
If this-
summer's coming.
Exactly.
That's
if
my only
this
thing.
was the job, oh my God.
Oh my gosh.
But it's like,
I'd be kicking my feet and be like, hey.
this is the hobby.
Yeah.
On top of the other jobs
Everything.
and everything, that it becomes a little bit tiring.
Yeah.
But that's all part of growing.
Right. It's for the plot.
One day,
When we make it big, we can remember this.
we're going to have like a studio. We're going to have people doing this for us, maybe.
Right. Everyone that knows how to fix everything that goes
Yeah.
wrong
Yeah.
instead of us trying to play around and figure it out.
Because we don't know technology.
No, I don't even know how to fix like something on my phone. Like if my phone locks itself for a minute, I'm like, oh, what?
We're done. Like everyone
Yeah.
assumes that we're like very tech savvy. This happened at work the
Yeah.
other day. It's like there's many like older people in general would just assume like you guys are tech savvy, you're young.
And I'm like, oh, you're looking at the wrong gal.
I actually have no idea what I'm doing.
Could not be me.
I can
No.
scroll on social media.
I just scroll. Other than that, like if something freezes, I just reset the phone. That's all. That's as much as I do.
I'm literally no help.
No.
But that's when I think about celebrities that like everyone's like, oh, you have a private chef, like blah blah blah, like, and you complain about this, that, the other thing. If I was a multimillionaire,
Oh god.
I would also have 7 private chefs.
And I would also, I feel like, I would have less of a headache. You have someone to do this, you have someone to do that. Like if you're, I feel like also that's why celebs, they don't really like get fat.
Exactly.
If I want to eat healthy, I don't have to put in the work to eat healthy. I just have my chef
Someone's working.
make a salad.
And you can also tell them like, listen, I'm craving ice cream.
But make it
Don't
healthy.
make me ice cream. Make something else in
Yeah.
this house.
Yeah.
You know, like, because they don't have the control at that point. I mean, they're paying them probably to buy the groceries, but like,
But they don't
if-
even go grocery shopping themselves. So they're not
Exactly.
tempted.
exactly.
I'm like,
So that's why they can stay like Kendall Jenner.
yeah, little,
Like, of course
a little
she's-
lean queen.
Yeah. Like, of course she's like, and they also, the personal trainers in-house.
Yeah. Okay.
Hello. Like Kim and I'm just thinking of the Kardashians in general.
It just comes to mind. Yeah.
But like Kim and like Khloe, they always post their like 6 a.m. workouts like on like in the show and everything. And they're like with the trainer and they're hustling for like 3 hours. And I'm like, if I had someone screaming in my face for 3 hours, I would also be,
I'd have a shelf.
yeah, I would be also ripped.
Right.
But they also have a BBL, but I don't.
True that. Yeah. You're right.
But speaking of workouts, I took a workout class this morning and I was like,
Oh my gosh, you did?
I did. Yeah. I've been
Nice.
honestly, like we've been hustling
We
with our
have.
workouts.
We're putting in the work and
We're
we
so
are getting
committed.
juiced.
Hold on. I'm
Let
getting
me-
sweaty.
No, you're good. We are getting juiced.
I have been putting in this work recently and I'm
Yeah.
like, I almost didn't come because I had such a bad stomach ache last night and I like
Right.
was tossing and turning all
I feel
night
like
because
we were both like,
we were in sync with stomach
we
aches.
didn't even mention that.
We didn't.
I was shitting my brains out yesterday.
And we've discussed the fact that I'm like extremely constipated.
Yeah.
Like I'm lucky if I get like a pebble. That's a good day.
Yeah.
And you're texting me yesterday. You're like, oh my God, in shambles.
Yeah,
and
I'm like, to like grip onto something. Like, I'm telling you, I thought I had to sleep next to the toilet because I would have shit myself mid-sleep.
That was your last text to me. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, oh no, that's so sad. Like, good for you, at least.
Yeah.
Not even 30 minutes later, I'm like, ooh. What's the works down here? Mm-hmm. I go to use the bathroom. I'm thinking, I also have a UTI this week. Mm-hmm. So everything's been kind of messed up.
Yeah.
I'm like, maybe it's the meds because the meds were making me like crazy.
Right.
I was like, oh, like, let's see. I had the worst stomachache, but the medication diarrhea is also a sign. So I was like, wait, UTI is making me skinny.
Okay.
Yeah, it was kind of helpful, but I was like, after, like, you know, when you have a really bad stomachache and like you're done, but the cramping is just like, it's there for like at least a few hours and you're just like, ooh, I can't eat anything. I gotta chill, like maybe some crackers, that kind of thing, ginger ale. But it was also like 9 p.m., so I was snug as a bug in bed. So I went to sleep, 7:45 a.m. workout. I was like, yeah, like right before class, I was gonna go to school. So I get there in the morning, and my stomach was still kind of hurting a little bit. So I'm like, I might take it a little bit easier today. But of course, once I'm on the treadmill, I simply don't allow myself to take it easy.
Right.
So,
and I've witnessed this being next to you. I hear right before we go in, I'm gonna walk. I'm gonna power walk today. I'm gonna take it easy. I put in the work every other day. Like, I'm good. I really don't need to go all out today. You hear her go all out, and you're like, okay, let me run for my life. Like Usain Bolt.
10 miles per hour.
Yeah, like that is you.
I have a problem.
And I'm like looking. I'm like, I thought that's easy.
It's not. It's not. I just have this problem because, like,
I'm gonna like put it on the treadmill myself. Like, I'm gonna adjust your own treadmill.
This is why I like, though, a group fitness class where there's a coach telling you what to do. Because if I was at the gym, I would just be walking.
Right.
But there's a coach saying, okay, up your speed. And then I'm like, fuck.
Okay.
Now I'm embarrassed.
Right.
Because the girl next to me is sprinting and I'm like, I'm walking.
Yeah.
I can run. I identify as a runner.
I don't want to get any thoughts into anyone's heads. I can run.
No one look at me and say, oh my God, she converted to walker. I don't want to be embarrassed. Yeah. So I'm like, you've seen me run. Today I'm walking. They're like,
she's slacking.
Yeah. Not today. Today I was like, I'm going to walk. I didn't. But as I'm running, it wasn't even necessarily like the stomach pain, but I just started cramping because also it's 7:45 in the morning. I had a banana and just I'm loaded up with water. Water, running.
No.
Cramps. So I'm doing the thing. I'm like, I'm running. And the whole point was it's like a 7 minutes and every minute you up your speed until you're like dying.
Right.
So I'm running. I'm upping my speed, doing my thing. And my stomach starts cramping, and I'm like, just typical cramp. Keep it going.
Let's push.
Then my shoulder starts cramping. So now I'm running. I'm going like this.
You're building up speed. You're like, okay.
Literally, like I was like Sonic the Hedgehog or something. Like, I don't know. I was like working up like some stamina. Then my heart starts cramping. So now I'm like, oh, I'm going to have a heart attack.
Oh my God.
I'm like, yeah, this is going to be bad. So then I'm running. I'm trying to like adjust the shoulder. And I do get the shoulder pain when I run, but it's mostly like after I've already been running for like 20 plus minutes. And I'm like, really, I was like challenging, but doable. Like I was not in a bad place at this point. And I was like, what is going on? Everything's cramping. And you know when you cramp and like your body just like physically cannot stand up straight?
Yes.
So I'm running, but I'm like, I look like Hunchback. And I'm like going.
You're like an old woman like on a run.
Literally. And I was like, oh, like I literally felt crippled. I was like, I don't know what to do. And then I'm like, should I just like step out for a minute? Like maybe go like sit on a bench in the lobby, like relax, whatever. And then I was like, no, like there's one more minute in this block. And then after go like take a rest. And then it was, you know, we got to walk after we finished the hard part.
Yeah.
So then I was like, okay, like let's see how I feel after this. And this pain just did not go away, did not subside. So the entire class, I was like doubled over in this pain. I finished. And then I went to go shower because I had to go to school.
Yeah.
So I'm like in the shower and like my whole stomach is just cramping. And this isn't like diarrhea pain like from the night before. This is just straight up cramps, like leftover maybe. Like I don't know what was going on. I was like, I don't know what the hell is wrong with me right now.
Oh,
And then I just had this weird like stomach cramp kind of all day.
Oh my
So now I'm drinking
God.
coffee, which also gives me stomach cramps, but
Yeah.
better than falling asleep.
Right.
But that was my workout today.
Oh my God.
I thought I was going to like have a heart attack.
Right. Oh my. Are you okay?
I think I'm fine. I don't know. It's just been a week.
Yeah.
It's been-
UTI. Arm is gonna fall off.
Oh, should I tell the
shit myself.
podcast about my experience with the tickets?
Yes.
Guess I just am full of stories today for someone with no topics. So, as you know, because you know the story, Kaiki's birthday it's almost May. May 19th is his birthday. So
love
I'm
this story.
planning. I'm like, I need to find the ultimate gift, obviously. And I'm a very good gift giver. I don't think of things lightly. I'm like, let me get something good.
Right.
So I'm like thinking over all these different things. He's been recently into basketball. He's not like a sports guy besides soccer. So I'm like, oh, he's been into this basketball. Like maybe I'll get him some tickets. It's the playoffs, of course. So they're like $500 a piece for
They're so
nosebleeds.
expensive, yeah.
And I'm like, just kidding. Then I'm looking into, he's like insanely obsessed with cars. That's like he eats,
His
sleeps,
thing.
and breathes it. He's going to school to be a mechanic. Like that is his life. So I was like, okay, like a drifting car experience where he can actually drive it on the track and like actually drift and like
Yeah.
everything. It's like for 3 laps, it's like $300 and you have to sit in the passenger seat. I was like,
No.
this is ridiculous. So I gave up on that. And then I was like, you know, he was saying he wants to go to the World Cup soccer.
Yeah.
I'm like,
FIFA?
that's this year, 2024. Like, that's the works. He told me that. Like, I knew it. So I'm like, I'm on, SeatGeek because last year I got him concert tickets for his birthday, upon other things. And then this concert gets canceled. So they gave me one of the tickets back.
So this is like 2 years in a row where we have issues with tickets.
Yeah. And I love SeatGeek. Maybe not this specific time, but I've got like all my tickets from there because everyone has a discount code. So I'm like, 20 off, like whatever. So yeah, so I'm like, okay, I have $160 discount because of that refunded concert. They gave me like half the tickets back to my bank account, half of it they
And credit?
give me in credit.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, so this is still my money. Still my money. And I'm like looking at these World Cup tickets. It says like ICC and like I don't know what the soccer lingo is. I don't know. I've never watched it in my life.
Yeah.
Like in a game like that. I'm just kind of like sorry, spam call from a tanning salon. I'm confused. Anyway, so I'm like, this is perfect. The tickets are like, I think it was like 160. No, it was not 160. I don't know how much they were. Like 200-ish around. And so I'm like, all right, 200 each with my 160 discount off. Like we're looking good. It was like probably 180 each, whatever.
Okay.
So it comes out to like a little over $200, and I'm like, perfect. But realistically,
Yeah.
it's almost $400 because my 160 is also going towards that. So I get these tickets. I'm texting you. I'm texting my mom. I'm like, this is the best gift ever. I'm so excited. I'm going to get him like jerseys and all this stuff. We're going to put it in a basket, give it to him for his birthday. I'm like so ecstatic. I'm like, I don't know how I'm going to hide this from him that I got him tickets
Yes.
to the World Cup. I'm like, why is no one talking about the World Cup right now? Like,
Hello.
and then I'm texting you. I'm like, I'm looking at Airbnbs. I can't really find anything good. I'm just hoping. And you're like,
And I really have to like explain the text. Like I think I want to read them because this interaction is just, I feel like it's too good
well,
to keep out.
you say, well, it's good because you have time since it's in 2026. I said, what? What do you mean by that? 2026? I said, no, I actually, it says World Cup. This is 2024, babe.
I have to find this because I have to tell you behind the scenes my reaction to what was going on.
My reaction to your reaction was I was actually truthfully getting very frustrated because I was very upset. I was literally sobbing and you were like joking because
Yeah.
it was funny. But in the moment, I didn't think it was funny. So I was like, you're not allowed to laugh yet.
When I tell you,
I was like, you can laugh when I say it's funny.
when I tell you, I don't think I've ever like, and I feel so bad, but I don't think I've ever laughed that hard in my life. But I also felt so bad because I
It
was like,
it was just, you know what, like now to me it's funny, even though the situation is not over. I have more to this story.
Oh no.
It's just, I just like lost all this money
Yeah.
that I just don't have to
Right.
begin
That's
with.
the part that I felt like really bad
And then I'm
about.
like, oh my God. And then I'm like, now I don't even know what to get him for his birthday. And like, I've ruined everything. So I look and I'm like looking up this ICC. I'm like, what? And I'm like, ICC World Cup. And it's coming up. I'm like, it's 2024, this ICC.
Uh-huh.
I don't know why I didn't like bring this together. Then I read like the stadium that we were going to, because I could only see half of it. It was like abbreviated. It's a cricket stadium. I'm like, oh, maybe they're just playing there. I don't know. They all like, you know, like
Yeah.
MetLife Stadium. They change it for everything. I'm like, this happens. Then I really look up, what does ICC stand for? It is the International like Cricket League, whatever. And I'm like, oh, who the fuck plays cricket? Like literally, like cricket? Cricket?
Yeah,
I think, is it like a British sport? Like, it's not that common here.
it really is. It isn't so big here, but like everywhere else, I think it is.
I think it's bigger everywhere else.
Yeah.
But so apparently this World Cup, like, it says high demand. Like, it's a thing. And I'm like, fuck, I got to sell these tickets now. I cannot get a refund, and I cannot cancel the order. So now I'm talking to some help support named Tracy. I'm gonna drop her name.
Yeah.
Tracy. And Tracy was very kind, but she was like, well, unfortunately, the ticket holder does not have to give you the tickets until 24 to 40 hours before the motherfucking event.
Oh my God.
So June 3rd, if anybody wants cricket tickets, I can give them to you maybe the day of. And I am charging $360 because I'm getting my $160 back.
Yeah.
And I'm also
think
getting
it's fair.
my $200 back.
Yeah.
I'm getting all of it back. I'm charging you motherfuckers. But the very next day, I'm having this breakdown. Well, first of all, let me backtrack. I'm getting a little ahead of myself.
I want to read this text too because it's so funny.
You read.
I really have to. I know it wasn't funny to you, but I simply could not
Oh, it's so funny now. But in the moment, I was like,
it was too fresh.
I also had just paid my car payment.
Right. That's the part that got me too. I was like, I know this is expensive.
And then
like,
the next day, I had to pay my credit card. Then I just got a bill from the hospital saying I'm in debt and I owe $100. And I'm like, holy mother... Anyway.
Right.
Read.
So you texted me. I just got Kaiki tickets to the World Cup for his birthday. I feel so cool right now. I want to tell him so bad. When I read that, I was like, the World Cup, like, that's cool. That's kind of soon. That's really soon. And like, I was looking this up because when I found out that it was going to be here in 2026, I looked up the process and everything because Gabe and I wanted to go.
Yeah.
And basically the process is that you have to apply for these tickets. So you can't just buy tickets.
Oh, cricket, you could just buy them if anyone's interested.
You have to apply for them. Put in your information, like full on apply for them. Put in your social, put in this, like they check everything in order to get tickets. I believe it's that process. So when you said I just got them, I was like, wait, what? I was like, how did you do that? So that's what was going on in the back of my mind. I was
Yeah.
like, okay. I mean, yeah, she's on it. Like, you knew his birthday was coming, so like you were on it.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay. And I was like, OMG, yes, Gabe is so pumped for it. I think he's planning on going too. I would not be able to keep that a secret. Because, yeah, I'm like, that's so exciting.
And then you saying like Gabe's also planning on it made me feel like, okay, this is soon.
Yeah.
Like,
and like, it is in the works because you have to apply early on.
yeah.
So it's like, it isn't far off, but I was like, that's like really soon, but I do know you have
Yeah.
to apply early. So then you guys should go June 3rd. And I laughed at that comment. And the reason why I said, haha, I was like, that's so specific. Like, how do you know like June 3rd? Like, there's no like dates right now. But I was like, maybe like something on the ticket, like, you know, it's June 3rd.
Cricket.
And the thing is, when you do apply for and you get tickets, you don't know what game you're going to. So
Yeah.
it's random. So that's why I'm like,
Oh,
you
that
know,
makes sense.
You know who's like playing? I was like, wait, what?
Sri Lanka and South Africa.
And then I was like, I really should. The soccer boys are going to be so excited about it. And I was like, not going to lie, me too. I love soccer games. So you said, it seems so fun. I've never been. So then we just talk about the game or whatever. And then I'm going to get an Airbnb too, I think. And I was like, yes. I was like, yeah, you know, make it a weekend. Like,
trip.
it'll be fun. Yeah. So then you told me about your credit and everything and that you saved a lot of money for them. I was like, what a steal. So in my mind, I'm still like, okay, like this happened. Like, this is so cool.
Yeah.
And then when I give him the tickets, I want to get like merch and everything is what you ended up texting me. I'm pissed Brazil isn't playing because that's his team. So when I read that, I read it as like an immediate red flag. I was like, oh, because they don't know who's playing. Like they're still like, I think there's like something going on in the summer for soccer. Like they're not even close to like.
Well, I thought it was this year. So I was
right.
like, oh.
And like in my brain, I'm like, oh no. Because then I'm thinking you got scammed.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh crap. So then you're like, his team isn't playing. I'm like, no teams are playing right now. I was like, oh, like crap. And then that's when I was like, I think I was going to text you before you sent me the picture. I was like, I think you just got scammed because it was specific on who was playing.
Yeah.
Because then you told me. And then that's when I said to put in like a little like, hey girl, I was like, well, it's good that it isn't until 2026. So you guys still have enough time to plan. Mm-hmm. And then you're like, wait, it isn't this year? It says World Cup. And then I was like, no, it's every 4 years.
I thought it was every 2.
And then my favorite reaction is, what the fuck? I got tickets that said World Cup 2024. And then this is when I felt so bad, but I think I was like laughing, but also like crying. Like at the same time, I was like,
I was sobbing.
way.
And this was also the day that I found out I had the UTI the day before. Mm-hmm. And I've never had a UTI like this in my life. Like my cooch had no problems. Mm-hmm. It was, my body felt like I had the fucking flu. I left school early because I was like literally sick. Then this happens in the same moment. So I just start literally sobbing in the car and like having a breakdown. And I haven't cried in like a long time like that.
Yeah.
So like my whole body was hurting. I was sick. Mm-hmm. And then this happened at the same time.
Which was just not.
So I was like, it's not funny right now. Like it's really not funny.
And then I was like, oh no. Like, and in my mind, I'm still thinking that you got scammed. Because like, what on earth happened? Which is shitty. So I'm like,
it's a real event.
It is a thing. And then I was like asking Gabe, I was like, what does this ticket look like to you? Because that's when I just got home and I was like, that's before you told me what it was for. And then you ended up texting me that it was for cricket. And then he's like, wait, the thing doesn't even say FIFA on it.
See, but I didn't know. Like, I don't know what the soccer...
The lingo.
Yeah, like, I didn't know what it was. But then, like, as I'm literally sitting there sobbing, you, like, send me, like, laughing faces. It doesn't even say FIFA on it. And I was like, shut the fuck up! I was like, you're not... I was literally, like, I could barely answer you. And as much as I love you, I was so mad. I was like, please stop. I was like, it's not funny. I'm not laughing. You could laugh when I'm laughing.
When I'm ready for you to laugh.
I was like, it's funny now, but it's not funny right now. And then my favorite was when you replied to, I feel so cool right now. And you said, this aged well.
It really did.
I was like, read the room. Read the room. It's not funny. I walk into the house sobbing.
Yeah.
And Kaiki's in the bathroom, I'm in the bedroom, and he comes in, and I'm, like, on my phone, like, talking to Tracy. And he's like, what's the matter? And I was like, I'm trying to get you the best birthday gift. And I thought that it was the World Cup this year. And his face dropped because he knew.
Immediately,
And I was like, but I got you tickets to cricket. And he just starts, he's like, oh no. And he was just, like, trying to console me. Like, he felt so bad. We're sitting there talking to this Tracy. Tracy was like, sorry, you can't cancel, you can't refund. The thing about SeatGeek is that we're like a reselling company, yada, yada, yada. Like it's the policies. Nothing Tracy can do about it.
Yeah.
Tracy was kind.
She tried.
Unfortunately, I read the message as the holder of the tickets will give it to you in 24 to 48 hours after the purchase.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God, I
Debriefing.
thought this woman was like,
oh boy. Oh, I hope they could have seen her in that.
They did. I think she's in the back.
Wait, I think it's a guy.
It's a guy?
There's facial hair.
Oh. We film at the same spot every time.
We do.
And the randomest people, like,
I know,
walking by. Anyway.
But anyway, I like looked back at the message with Tracy, and it says 24 to 40 hours before the event. So initially, I go to work the next morning. I'm there at 4:30 in the morning. There's 5 a.m. class. And there's a member who comes in. Awesome dude. He's there all the time. We all love him. Everyone knows him. Yeah. And he's talking to the coach. And she's like, oh, are you going on Sunday? We have like this huge event. He's like, oh, are you going to this? And he says, no, we're starting our practices. She's like, oh, for what? Fucking cricket.
What are the chances?
And my head turned so fast. Unfortunately, there was like the way that the class was set up that day, I had to have both screens open because it was like a double class, and I was alone, so I had to like check in all the people, so I couldn't converse. But I was like, like I turned so fast. I was like, excuse me, and I'm so pissed because I was about to say like, oh my god, I got these tickets. It was literally like, what are the odds at 5 in the fucking morning after this happens? I know somebody who plays cricket, and I did not know this before. So now I have a potential buyer, and if he doesn't want to buy them, he has a whole team of cricket players. And I was like, damn. So then I started doing my research on cricket because I'm like, what the hell is it? And it's essentially baseball with these like 3 pillars behind them.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, okay, interesting. But like, I don't know. Like, I know someone who does cricket now, which is all that matters to me. I have someone that I'm in cahoots with, you know, like we know.
And we have like a good relationship with this person.
Exactly.
Too. It's not like a random.
Like the sweetest, best guy ever.
Yeah.
So I'm like, awesome. Like, this is someone that I could easily like, hey.
And if anything, even if he can't go, he might feel so bad.
I'm like,
that he might just buy him anyway.
Buddy, I got a situation on my hands. You know what I mean?
I need your help. Yeah.
Yeah. And so, which makes me feel better though, because even if he doesn't want to buy tickets, he knows a bunch of cricket players, which essentially helps me out.
Yeah.
But I have to preface, like, I'm not going to have them until like the event.
Yeah.
So, but if I can't sell them, looks like I'm going to cricket.
I was going to say, I feel like if that happened to me, I would go just for shits and giggles at this point. Like, let me see what the hype is on. Like, let me see.
It's just, and
what the World Cup in cricket looks like.
I do this thing where, like, because I do not spend any of my money. Like, I'm just so cautious. I never buy things for myself. And when it comes to bigger purchases, I will sit and stare at it for like literally a week before I actually click like buy, because I get so frantic that I'm gonna fuck something up. And this happens time after time again. Every time that I irrationally do it, or like just think like, yeah, what can go wrong? That something
goes wrong.
has always gone wrong, and I don't understand why it's not like why? Like, why can't I just buy something and like it works?
Have it go smooth.
Yeah. Like, the only time I think I've ever bought something and it like hasn't gone wrong was like a concert ticket maybe. But everything that's like a big purchase, like one time I got like an Airbnb for my family. COVID happened right when we like purchased the Airbnb. I was like, what the fuck?
It happened to me too.
Because I planned it. I was like, quickly, like, let's book it. Boom, done. And this happens like all the time.
Right.
I was like, and I also felt like so sick. And then I go to work and I was like, I don't even know if I'm going to make it through this damn shift. I'm like not feeling well. And then I'm like telling all the coworkers about like my experience. And I was just like, I am like, honestly, I'm just embarrassed. And now it is funny. But in the moment, I was like, I cannot.
Right.
I was losing it. Good thing Kaiki took it like a champ. He was like, well, for the actual World Cup, like, we're planning a huge thing. Like, my friends, my family, like, don't get them because like it's gonna be a huge thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, like, just figured maybe you weren't talking about it. Like, it wasn't on the radar this time around.
Oh, well, at least he took it like very well.
I knew he would. Yeah. He honestly, like, he thought it was like kind of funny too, but he was like really just consoling
more just trying
me.
to make you feel
He was
better.
like, oh, that's not good.
And like, I think that's the part that I was like trying to like wrap my head around too, because Gabe and I like watched all of it together.
Yeah.
Like, he has it on in the background and I'm like nosies. I'm like, what's going on? And then we both will watch, like, we play the video game together. Like, I've watched the World Cup since I was a kid.
Yeah.
Because my family and, you know, Latin culture, like, we just grow up watching that. And I was like, I have to put myself in other shoes, and like, someone doesn't know what like this is.
Yeah.
And that's okay. Like,
exactly.
And I just felt so bad because you were trying to do something nice for him. And that part I can relate to with you. Like, again, really trying. We don't have the budget to be making mistakes.
No.
Which is like the hardest part. And then it not working out and being cricket, literally, I was like, no.
If I
freaking way.
was a millionaire, I would have laughed my ass off and like gone to a cricket thing, or like not even go and just waste $200. Well, technically like almost $400, because my 160, that's still my money. It was a year ago, but it's still my money.
It was still yours. Yeah.
It's like girl math in my head. I'm like, it doesn't count, but it's still my money.
It doesn't count unless I do it. Like, I use it for myself.
Yep. And it's like, I just don't understand, like 2 years in a row. But like my family, like, they never watched soccer. Like, my family was like a football family. Like, it's a white household, like America. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was just
different.
It was just football Sundays, like if that. Like, we weren't a huge it was just like honestly football, and not even barely that half the time. But then when I met Kaiki, he was really into soccer. He was he's an amazing soccer player. He was like top on his team, and I don't know, like he watches it, but not like consistently, like every time it's on, he's like on it, you know what I mean? So like we've watched games here and there, but like, so I just don't know when the seasons are. I don't know much. I just know his favorite team, and I just know that his family loves it.
Right.
I don't know, like everyone knows like the NBA, the NFL. Like I didn't know FIFA was soccer. I didn't know that.
See, like for me, if Gabe liked basketball or if he liked football, I have no idea.
Well, that's the
I'm
thing.
lost. Like I'm like, I don't know what that is.
Because I can navigate around like football teams.
I have no idea.
Exactly. Like I have no idea what this soccer stuff is. And like I looked before I purchased the tickets, I kept looking up this like World Cup. And I kept looking it up, and I was like, the ICC like World Cup. I was looking it up like crazy because I was like, I need to confirm. And for some reason, everything that was popping up like made sense to me, but it never said cricket anywhere. Why would they both name it the World Cup?
I mean, if you want, we can go to like a Red Bulls game.
Well, I've been wanting, like, I love a good like sports game.
Yeah.
I just think it's fun. I love getting like a good hot dog, like
I
a
love
soda.
the energy, the vibes.
Like any game is like a good time
Wearing
for me.
a jersey, like it's just kind of fun.
And that's why I was excited too, because I don't even watch sports, but like I just love the atmosphere of the games.
Right.
But it's more fun like if it's something that he genuinely enjoys, you know, because like I'm always just there for shits and gigs and a hot dog, and that's just what it is.
Yeah.
Everybody else is there because they get it.
Like my favorite thing is like I love being the opposite of what the person is saying next to me. So like if someone like goes like, oh yeah, I love the opposite team, I'll like be really loud and almost rude back. I'll be like, oh, they did so bad. I'm like calling out like whoever they love, and I'm like, that's
I
want to
go like I've gone to like so many Yankee games, football games, like everything growing up, and I just like loved it because we get all of like the cheap tickets, and now it's like it's so expensive to go to anything.
Yeah.
And I wish I could just go for shits and gigs, but this time around, there was no money that could be wasted.
Yeah.
I was like, listen, it's been a tough few weeks financially, but I have to rip off the Band-Aid and get this birthday present. Then he proceeds to tell me, he's like, well, I really just want to go like go-karting for my birthday, and we're going to this huge car event in the summer. It's like a 3-day bender. He was like, and I was planning on getting him like the tickets and like buying like an Airbnb to stay for that. Like I knew that
like
already.
Make it a weekend.
Yeah. And that was like, that's already been my plan for his birthday, but I wanted to get him something on top of that because he already knew that was happening.
Right.
So it's not like a surprise, you know? So I need to do like something else that was special. But then he was like, I literally like, I want to spend the weekend, like go do go-karts, and then we'll do like the car event. And so he was like, just buy that stuff. He's like, that's what I wanted for my birthday, is just buy that. And like I guess he kind of did the same thing for my birthday, because I told him like I wanted like new makeup and like clothes and stuff, and he took me shopping to pick out all the things that I did want. So like I kind of expected, like knew what I was kind of getting. It was like open to me though, so I guess it's like, but then I just feel like I'm not doing enough, because it's like he already knows I'm getting him.
Like that's why I kind of love that like Gabe and I kind of are over gifts. We don't do it anymore.
Which is like we're at that point too, and it's just like I love gift giving though. Like that's my problem, and I
give
love
gifts to
spoiling.
everyone else minus him.
That's actually hilarious.
We go on a date. We go here. We drive here. I'll get your food. You get mine. Like we do things for each other every day.
You don't need.
I don't need a present. Like I can buy it myself.
That's exactly how I feel. But then like, cause like I feel that for me. But then I want to get him things like regardless, because he does not want gifts either. Like Christmas, like everything, like our anniversary. Like we always decided like no gifts, but then I always end up getting him a little something because I need to. It's like I don't know. I just like. I love gifts.
Right.
I just can't. Then for Easter, like we were like, no Easter baskets. Of course I had to get him an Easter basket the day of. I was like, I can't like not get you an Easter basket.
That's your love language.
And but he kept saying, he's like, we talked about it, that we're not doing it. And I'm like, I'm not expecting you to get me anything because we talked about it. I just have a problem. I think it is my love language.
Yeah, and that's okay.
Like gift giving. Like I need to give.
I love giving gifts for other people. Like I will overthink it. I plan in my head. I'm like, okay, how am I going to do it? Back then, even for like Valentine's Day, I would make him baskets every year. Like this didn't stop happening until like 2 years ago, I think.
Yeah.
And like all the time, we would always do something, go out. But like now, since now we're together all the time, it's like we don't need anything.
Yeah.
And I've gotten over like being materialistic. Like I don't, even like flowers, every now and then he does get them for me.
Yeah.
But like even then I'm like, let's go do something. Like let's go here.
I'm the exact same way.
I love having memory, like making memories rather than just having something that might break, might this, like whatever. I'm kind of over like
I'm the same way. I like doing things more than like a gift. Well, that's why I was like, let me get you tickets to a game.
an experience.
Because I like experiences far more than like materialistic things. The only reason that like he like got me shopping and everything for my birthday is because like there were materialistic things that I had been wanting that I don't buy for myself. So I think that was my way of like getting the things that I do want without like buying them. I don't know, like I just prefer an experience, and he knows that too. Like we're kind of the same, but we also are all about like trying to save money and like all this, and he's like, we don't need to like go on a trip for like the anniversary or like for Christmas. Like we don't have to do that. Like we can stay home, like it's okay, but I feel like I'm not doing enough.
Right.
That's my problem. I don't know, is it like I'm a people pleaser? Like what's my problem?
I don't know,
because he'll literally say like, we don't need to do, I don't want anything. And he's like very dead serious. Because like there's people that's like, oh no, I don't want a gift. And that they're expecting something.
Right.
But he's so serious. He's like, do not get me anything. Like we're tight right now. Like I don't need it. Just like we want to go karting. Just pay for my go-karting. Pay for my car event. That's it. And it's like, they're not cheap things. It's like a really insane go-kart place. And like the car event is like $80 for the 3 days, whatever. So it's like, I am still like putting in and like, you know, giving him a gift.
Yeah.
But it's like, but you know what I'm gonna. I like surprises.
I think that's the thing. I hate surprises.
So does he.
Like, I hate them. I actually, if people get me gifts, if someone plans something behind my back, I think I might actually get offended. Because I'm like, you don't know me, because I hate surprises.
I love that.
Like, I cannot. I've never had a birthday. I've never had like a group of people singing me happy birthday. I think I might actually throw up. Like, I really hate that. When Gabe actually ended up proposing to me, it was in a secluded area. Because I don't like being people.
See, that I would have to agree with.
And
like,
I knew it was happening because I hate surprises.
I like things like that, like private, that kind of thing. But when it comes to like a gift or like an experience, I would love to be surprised. Like, I just love that. Or like a date. Like, I want like that, like, oh, pick you up at 8, like wear this. Like, the like, I don't know, the excitement, the adrenaline of like, oh my God, what are we doing? Like that's fun to me. But he's just like you. He's just like, don't. Like, if he wants to surprise me, he is like, can I just tell you about it? Or like, if I have a surprise, like he needs to know. It's like, so I think that's probably why, like, because I'm someone who like, I want him to be surprised, but he does not want to be surprised.
Yeah, like if I ever got surprised, I think I would look at, I'm like, I love it.
Yeah. I've never had a surprise like birthday party or anything.
Yeah.
That I'm okay with. I think that would be like so fun. Like I would probably start bawling my eyes out. But I'm also like, I have this like vision in my head for everything. I take birthdays so seriously. I take every holiday seriously, like everything. And I like to be the person to plan. I like to decorate. I like to be like the mastermind behind everything.
Yeah.
So when it comes to like a birthday, like I want to be the one who's like setting up. I want to be like making the cheese board. I want to be on top of everything. I want to be like, okay, move this there. Like I just like, I could not do a birthday surprise. I need to plan.
Right.
Because I like to celebrate my birthday. But it has to be like, I gotta come up with a theme. We gotta do the whole thing. Like,
and this is like my favorite part because I feel like we're so different in so many ways as well. Like for me, I'm never gonna do that. I want to just, if we're gonna go out, let's go out to dinner. Yeah. I can dress cute. We can take pictures and have like an us day, like Gabe and I. But like in a group setting, I think
my thing is that like, you're the only friend that I really ever see. Like truthfully, like I do not hang out with anybody else.
Yeah.
And there's like some friends that just like live far or like the timing never works.
Yeah, people get busy.
And so birthdays become my designated time to like be able to see people that I don't always see. And it's like a lot of my friends, they've come to my house like in a group setting before. So everyone kind of knows each other too. Like all my outside circles, they're like kind of a tight-knit group now too, which is nice. So like having a birthday to be the day to like just reconnect with people I haven't seen in so long. It's like, I love that. And I love to like look good. And I also we talked about this last episode. I don't party, like I don't really drink. So when I have like one night every couple months, just like go crazy, like look good, take pictures, like I love it. Right. I have so much fun.
Well, that's like very you. And like I feel like you thrive in that. Like I can see you, like you have so much fun when that like happens.
Yeah.
If I were to ever do that, I feel like my biggest fear is like, and this is also why I will never have a wedding. Like, let me preface, I'm never having a wedding. But like, it's because I worry, are these people going to mingle? Are these people going to like each other? Are they going to be able to talk to each other? Like I get nervous and I overthink that. So then I feel like I have to already drain my social battery and have to go talk to this person, and then have them make sure that they get along. And I'm going to be worrying about that all night instead of actually being able to enjoy myself. And like, that's what would go around in my mind. So like, I don't think I could do it.
I have this problem where I just assume that everyone like knows each other. They don't. I just have this thing in my head where I'm like, oh my God, like they're all my best friends. Like clearly they know each other. It's just not that way. But like in a setting, like when you're at like my house with like 6 other friends of mine, like drinking, everyone will be besties by the end of the night. And it's just the way it is, you know, like we're all just like a tight knit group. We're eating dinner, we're having some drinks, like we're all mingling. I think like in a bigger setting, like a huge wedding or where it's like all mixed people, family, extended whatever, that is where I'd be like, it's weird too. A little bit scary.
And it's also weird too because like maybe it's just the way like I was raised because like my family always kind of like butted heads sometimes. Like Gabe's family sometimes would butt heads, so like it was always like a thing, and together like it was fine, but it was just normal. So like I don't know, it's never gotten to that point. So I think like meshing all that, just like I can't do it. It's too much, and I'm like, I'd rather just keep everything separate and kind of just, if I like this person, I can hang out with this person. If I can see this person, it's fine. Sure. Like I love to keep it separate. I don't know. That's maybe I'm paranoid.
I also feel like every family is like always going to be slightly different. Like there's never going to be like, especially in like a blended family or like anything, like just like everything is like a little bit different. Yeah. You know? And it's like, you can't like mix like 2 different thoughts. Like even like there's just like some people that just don't get along like just based off of like politics, like whatever. God, so if you have 2 different sides, like just imagine that, like a wedding with like your fiance or whatever, like their parents believe in this and your family believes in this, like it's gonna be war. You know, it's like things just don't work out that way. I think family is like a huge like controversy.
It is. No,
my family, like there's like really like no drama that much. I mean, there's drama, but it's not like anything like, oh boy, we can't talk to them. There's always gonna be drama. But like my extended family, like everyone's really cool, but I just feel like if I were to mix them with like someone else's family, it probably wouldn't like go over great.
Right.
I don't know, because everyone's different.
I always like, again, overthink every interaction. So I'm like thinking like the worst. I'm like, oh my God, this person's gonna hate this guy, and then this person's gonna hate this person. I'm like, oh my God.
I'm also like that. But like even for my birthday party, like I was a little bit concerned like before everyone got there, like, okay, who's gonna get here first? And then like whoever gets here second, like are they gonna know each other? Is it gonna be weird if it's just the 2 of them?
Yeah.
And it's like that goes through my head. But then once there's like more people there, everyone's drinking, everyone's doing this, that, and then it just becomes like, okay, like you guys have met, cool. Let's like get the party on. Like I have another problem. I just like don't introduce. I'm not like, oh my God, this is this person.
I feel like you did really good though.
I feel as though I just neglected that aspect.
Really? No, I don't. I
feel like no. I just feel like everyone just was like, oh hi, I'm this person. This bitch didn't introduce me.
Not gonna lie, I always forget to like introduce myself when I
don't think introductions like are embedded in my brain. I just like assume. I'm like, they've got it.
They'll get to that point.
I'm like, we're all adults here. You guys can meet each other.
Yeah, you guys can ask each other
but it's
names. Like it's fine.
As the host, it was rude of me to not introduce people to each other.
I really feel like you did though.
Really?
Like I remember a lot of people's names. Like you went, this is this person, this is that person. Like I got it.
I feel like I just get like lost, especially like my own birthday party was very like, everyone's coming in, everyone's like pulling me here, because it's like family and friends.
Yeah.
And it was like a small part, nothing crazy. But it is like, you're trying to introduce everybody, but you're also trying to make sure everything is going smoothly. Everyone's happy. Everyone's trying to talk to you. And it's like, I feel like a celebrity.
Yeah. That's honest. You are the moment.
But I also like you said, I feel like I kind of thrive under that environment.
That's what you are like glowing every time like that's happening.
I feel like I'd have fun on like a red carpet.
Yeah.
How would you feel? Would you hate a red carpet?
I would love it because I love taking pictures of myself. But like having to introduce myself to people and like, hi, I'm this person. I'm not that person. Like I will never be the first one to go up to someone. Like you're coming to me. And I think maybe I'm just a little self-absorbed, but I'm like, you're gonna meet me.
No,
first.
I get that. I think I always watch because I love like watching red carpets for like every event. I love looking at the outfits. Like even like Coachella that's like a red carpet to me. I love seeing the outfits. I love everything. But when it comes to like the interviews and they just like randomly caught you off guard and they're like, oh my God, like you were seen with XYZ. Like, how do you feel about it? I would need to be PR trained. Not that I would say anything bad. I just would be like, no comment.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what to
I would
say.
be afraid of saying the wrong thing.
Me too, because everyone takes every little like analyzed detail and they're like, oh my God, I can't believe she like looked two different
or they're
ways.
gonna, like, now that it's like on the media, like everyone's gonna make it something else. They're gonna edit it a certain way to make it sound wrong. Like
that's where I get kind of like, oh my God, maybe I couldn't be a celebrity, because I feel like I have like the whole vibe. I'm like, oh my God, I would thrive being famous. But then it's like once a week filming the podcast, I'm like, oh, I can't get ready again.
Like my only thing is that I would love to be famous, but like there's a level of like famous that I would like to be. So like I like the right in between where you can still manage to like go out to places and like you're okay. Maybe one person might ask for a picture or like just to talk to you and say hi, I recognize you. But then you could still carry on, do your own thing, like go around.
Similar to like an influencer fame.
Yeah.
Where it's like you're still living like a normal life, but you're like, you have a really good income, like you have like a good fan base that like doesn't really grow larger than it needs to be. Like just good tight-knit people, you make good friends, you're able to travel, like that seems good.
Yeah, like that's my vibe.
I think it's once you get to like that Kardashian level that I would want to die.
I feel I could never do that.
And people say like, oh my God, why do they complain? I would.
I would complain.
Every little aspect of your life, including your own children, are like being analyzed and nitpicked every single day.
There's no sense of privacy, and for me, I'm big. I love my own privacy.
Me too.
Like whatever happens to me, I keep to myself, and I like that. Like unless people that I'm close with,
or unless it's on the podcast.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a little bit different.
But like when it comes to strangers, well, I say it on here all the time, but that's the purpose of this. Exactly. But like outside of this, like if people know too much, I'm like, it makes me a little uncomfortable, and I'm like, and I hate that.
Yeah.
So like, and my biggest pet peeve is nosy people. Like, drives me nuts. Like, why does one person need to know everything?
Yeah.
About this person, this person, this person? Like for me, if someone is even talking next to me, I won't be listening to what their conversation is. Because I'm like, no, that I'm being nosy. Like
I always listen, but
I don't listen.
I keep yawning. Actually, sorry to cut you off. My mom mentioned this. She was like, you're always yawning when Maggie's talking on the podcast. And I'm like, it's not because I'm bored. Like I'm just exhausted and I'm just yawning. So I'm not bored.
No, you're good. You're good. It's okay.
I don't even know what we were talking about.
I forgot.
Oh, I am nosy.
Oh.
That's what we were saying.
Yeah, I'm like, I am oblivious to what happens around me, and maybe people consider it not having any social awareness. Yeah. But I genuinely just, if it's not happening to me, I like avoid it because it's not my business.
See, I'm like that. Like I'm not nosy in the aspect of like I'm in your face asking like, oh, what's going on? But like if I'm like, I don't know, at the gym and I'm walking on a treadmill and there's like two girls next to me and they're gossiping about how Jake cooked up with Chloe or like whatever, I'm going to be listening. I'm just like, ooh, drama. I just keep it to myself. I don't like really engage or anything like that. But I do like, I dabble in a little listen here and there.
I think I just like can't hear anything. So
I have like dog hearing.
Like I literally can't hear.
I can lock into like a sixth sense of hearing.
Like I went on a sushi date with Gabe like 2 weeks ago, and then there was this couple next to us that was about to break up. When I tell you, like they were going at each other, and I would be
tuned in.
I had no idea. The distance that we have from them is like us right now. It wasn't that far, and I had no idea. And Gabe's like, "Are you listening to this conversation right now?" I'm like,
"That would be me."
What conversation is happening? And he's like, "How do you not hear that they're about to break up because someone doesn't want to take off from work to go on a vacation with her?" And then I'm like, "Wait, what?"
Oh my God.
And I have no idea. And also, my thing is, I'm not nonchalant with things. So like, if someone tells me to listen to what someone's saying, I'm like I like
head turned, broken neck.
Yeah, I break my neck trying to like look. I'm like, oh, or like, oh, look at that person over there, like trying to be subtle. And I'm like, oh, where? And it's so bad. Like, I think that's also my issue is I'm never like subtle.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of fun because Kaiki and I are the same. But like when we go out to eat, we're there to eat and then like head out. Like we live together. Like we talk about everything. So like a dinner date is more like we're just grabbing food. We're like heading out. So a lot of times what we do is we just literally people watch and we're like, we make up scenarios about everybody. So we're like, what do you think that table is doing? Like, and we come up with like a whole like scheme around their life and like who like this about their relationship and yada yada. And it literally is so thrilling because like when you've experienced the entire day together, you're like just decompressing, getting some food. It's so nice to just be like, What are they doing? What do you think about them?
And that's so funny because I'm the opposite. When Gabe and I go out to dinner, we're having the time of our lives.
That's so funny.
When I tell you every time, my favorite place to go is sushi. I went last night. But yeah, so I love getting sushi. And every time Gabe and I go get sushi, for some reason, we are laughing our butts off.
I love it.
We are giggling to the point where like I'm almost like throwing up my sushi because I'm laughing so hard. And everyone around us is like sitting, being normal. And Gabe and I are cracking up with one another.
I love it though.
Like everywhere, every time we go out to eat, it's like an experience. Like we're like, like we're laughing. We're there for ages. Like we're just talking. Even though like we're there, like we just never shut up.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
I love to like go out to eat and like banter.
Yeah.
But for some reason, like, I don't know, like I don't go out to eat often, but like if we go to like a nice restaurant where it's like there's multiple courses, you're going to be there for a while, like then we have the time of our life. It's like always a really great time. But like when you just go somewhere that's like kind of like a quick bite, like I don't know, we're just like let's people watch. And that is like thrilling.
Yeah.
It's so fun. But we just like, we have more fun like walking around Walmart for a little bit. Like, oh, what should we look at? Like, I don't know. Like we just like wander. We go different places. We're like, what do you want to do today? And we just like, we'll drive 30 minutes to a random town and just like live it up there. And like grabbing food is just like the small portion of it.
Like Gabe and I, we used to always eat in the car during COVID. So like one of our favorite things, we'll call them like mini dates. So like it's not an official date, but like again, we'll grab like McDonald's, we'll grab Chick-fil-A. We did it with Chick-fil-A like earlier this week. We just sat in the parking lot, ate our Chick-fil-A. We're watching YouTube on our phone.
That's the best.
And then we were just there, not even kidding you, for over an hour. Just like talking,
I love it.
eating Chick-fil-A, getting fat, like
That's so nice.
and that's just like, and I was having a blast. So we do like our mini dates pretty often, and then like sometimes with our bigger dates, it's kind of more like a whole day.
Yeah.
So that's when one of us will request off of work, and we'll have like a whole day. We'll go somewhere further.
Yeah.
And then we'll have like normal dates, which is like our sushi dates or things like that. So
That's kind of what we do too. I feel like a lot of times like we have like those mini dates and like we just don't even like classify them. It's just
Yeah.
kind of like, okay, like do you want to go get this?
Yeah.
And then we'll come home, like put on a movie, we'll set up our snacks, like and it'll just like be like kind of a night, or like we'll plan like, oh, I love at home dates. Like I just love to do like a little movie and snacks and like just the best.
and like cuddle. That's my favorite too.
My favorite thing ever. I think that's why, like we're just, I feel like I used to be like I wanted to go out all the time. I wanted to go here all the time, like, which I still love that. But now I'm like, I kind of just want to be home in comfies watching a movie.
Yeah,
That sounds like the time of my life. We're getting pizza tonight.
fun.
I'm so excited.
Oh my god, pizza and a movie and
I know.
a nice crispy Coke is my favorite kind of night.
My stomach is like literally growling. I'm like, I'm so excited for my pizza.
Yay! I know. I'm like, rewind to my sushi last night. But yeah, I went to go get sushi, and then I had no idea I was gonna go. And Gabe's like, "Let's go get sushi." I was like, "You say the word, and I'm there."
That's the best surprise.
And then we went, but no, that's when I was like literally shitting my pants like afterwards because my stomach was, I was literally pooping my brains out earlier that day. We got sushi because I was like, whatever. I'm also starving because I think I pooped out everything in my body, so I was starving. So after work, we ended up going, and then once I got home, liquid coming out of my ass. Like, I am not even kidding you.
Oh no.
The biggest stomach ache, but my morning skinny was morning skinnying.
That's the best. I also had a pretty good experience with my morning skinny because since I'm so backed up, like I don't really ever have morning skinny. It's more just like I wake up and it's just like I have like a big, it's like a bump because it's just all the shit that's backed up in my body. And it's like I'm just constantly in that state. I woke up this morning and I was like, oh my God, is it the gym or
What's going on?
is it the bowels? I don't know.
I feel like my digestion has been really good, weirdly enough, after like having sushi almost like every week.
Really?
I think it might be like the omegas, the fatty acids.
Oh.
They might like be lubing up
Yeah.
my insides.
Probably.
I don't know, but everything is like moving swiftly. I'm like, okay.
I noticed that the only time that I ever like actually like will poop even a little bit is when I switch something that I eat in the day, because every single day like I just have like little itty bitty things until I'm full. Like I'll just have I have like probably 3 little yogurt cups a day, breakfast, lunch, dinner, and then in between that an apple and grapes, maybe some pretzels. That's it. And because there's just no food in my house, and like our work, we don't have a microwave. I can't bring like a pasta. Like
God, I hate that.
so it's like and I'm pretty much out of the house all day, so all I can have is like little snacks.
Something quick.
Yeah, so that's kind of just what I live off of. But then like I'll switch it up one day. The one day I did have some sushi, actually.
Nice.
Had a stomach ache.
Oh no.
The other day I had a bagel, had a stomach ache. It's like when I switch up the routine just ever so slightly, shambles.
Right. I used to have to force myself because back then in high school in my senior year, I didn't have dairy for like a whole year. I did it because I was getting a lot of acne. So like I just wanted to try to do it the natural way. I was like, let me see how I can fix it. So I cut out dairy. And then I did that, and I actually couldn't have dairy for a really long time.
Wow.
Like I was an oat milk queen. I loved my oat milk. I went through every brand. That's why my favorite oat milk to this day is Chobani Oat Milk Extra Creamy. The red carton. If you're going to buy one, get that one. It's better than Oatly.
That sounds good.
But so I loved that oat milk. And then after working in the coffee shop, I had more regular milk again because it was just better to steam. It was just, it tastes better with coffee anyway. So I did that. But when I tell you, I would literally get the worst stomach aches when I had an ounce of dairy, like of whatever. God. I couldn't even eat ice cream. I couldn't eat yogurt. I couldn't have anything. Cheese, nothing. Pizza, no. I couldn't have it. My stomach hated it because I didn't have it for so long.
Yeah.
I would get so bloated. My stomach would be like hard of like how much it hurt, and I wouldn't be able to go to the bathroom for like 2 weeks.
Oh my God.
Like it was so painful. And then that's why I was like popping laxatives like left and right because it hurt my stomach every time. But I got so angry, and this is me, like if I can't have something, I will force my body to like it and enjoy it. I do not like being picky. I hate it. So every time I would get a coffee, I forced myself at work. I would force myself to have regular milk all the time. I didn't care how long it took me. I was going to like it. And now I can't go back. Now my stomach likes it. And actually, I have a bad reaction when I have oat milk now.
That's crazy.
So I force myself.
The same thing happened to me with gluten. That's why I was gluten-free for 2 years because it was the exact same thing. Like I would eat like a little bit of gluten and my stomach would it was the most unbearable pain. And it was going on for the longest time. And I was like, what the hell is wrong with me? Then I did some like elimination diets where I was like, okay, if I cut this out, like dairy, and then I would feel okay. And then I cut out gluten. And then I was like, oh my God, no pain. So I cut out gluten for a while and I was like, okay, got tested for celiac. They said there was no celiac, but it does seem like I'm sensitive to it, yada, yada, yada. Just keep out of the diet. And then like 2 years later, I'm having all these problems again. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? And my GI, she's like, girl, you got to eat gluten for 2 weeks and document every single day of it because we got to figure out if this is your problem or not. I ate gluten again. Not even a single symptom. In fact, I felt better.
No way.
But it's true that your body can become sensitive to things. And if you cut it out for like a long period of time and then start incorporating it again, you can be like, you could tolerate it. So I think like, I don't think that I didn't have a problem with gluten. I think I did.
At the time, yeah.
But I just needed to like reset. And now I eat gluten like every single day and I'm totally fine.
Even with sushi, actually. I love how I've mentioned sushi so many times today. Clearly
we should go on a sushi date.
I love it.
I love sushi.
I love it. But then I actually used to not be able to go on many sushi dates back then. I would go maybe once every couple months because when I tell you this, I feel like maybe it was the sodium in sushi.
Yeah.
Back then I didn't like eating raw fish or anything, so not any of the fun sushi rolls.
I don't do the fun ones either.
I would just get like tempura, things like that. But like obviously those things are fried, so like I think it hurt my stomach more.
Yeah.
And like the soy sauce, and I think the sodium actually messed me up a lot. So every time I would get sushi with Gabe, my stomach again bloated hard like a rock, and I knew every time I got sushi I wasn't going to be able to go to the bathroom like for the whole week. I was like, I'm done. And it was like immediate. My stomach would hurt after I was done and I wasn't able to enjoy it. And now I think I have it all the time that I'm used to it. Now I don't eat as much of the like crazy rolls. Like I'm more of just like sashimi. I have the one like I forget what it's called, nigiri. I don't know
any of the names.
I have that one. It's just like the fish and the rice. That's it. And I'm more of like a simple roll type girl now.
Me too.
Because that's another thing. I forced myself to like raw fish. So I ate it every time I went until I liked it. And it used to make me throw up. Like I hated the texture. I was in disgust. When I tell you, it was so gross.
What do you gain from that?
I love raw fish now. So then, because I don't like being picky. So like, I don't like being the person that's sitting at a table and trying to pick out something that I like. Like I want to be able to like everything.
Yeah.
I don't like being that girl. Like, oh, she doesn't like this. She doesn't eat this. She doesn't like this. And I don't like being complicated. So I'm like, give me whatever and I'll like it. But sushi was the one thing that I was complicated about. I was like, okay,
I never liked sushi until I met Kaiki because I never really had it much.
Yeah.
But now I love sushi, but I can't do like the raw fish like on top. Like I could do it when it's like just like the littlest bit. But I just don't like seafood at all. I'll dabble in salmon maybe, but I don't know. I'm just not. I'm not a seafood girl. I've never been. It's just not my thing. I wouldn't say I'm a picky eater. I'm pretty open to most things, but I can't do seafood and I can't do spice.
Right, I remember you telling me
But that's
that,
just, no. Otherwise, I'm like, I'm pretty open. I'm like, I'll try
Nice.
this out.
Like, I don't like
know.
it when people won't try something at least once.
Yeah.
Because then because again, they have never tried it. So how do you know that you don't like something if you've never had it?
Absolutely.
Like, if you try it, then by all means, you don't like it.
Yeah.
Me with an olive, I've tried to make myself like it because again, I'm going through a journey where I don't like not liking things. I can't get past it. And I loved everything pickled. I like pickles. I like pickled carrots. I like pickled asparagus even. Like I love pickled radishes. I love pickles.
But not olives.
I can't fuck with olives.
I never actually had olives until a few years ago because also growing up, my family, like everything was like, sorry mom, relatively bland. It was like nothing was like insane. Like we didn't venture out like on new things. Like it was like I just got chicken fingers every time I went out. At home it was like just plain chicken, broccoli and rice. Like that was what it was. And so I grew up with that. So I never really branched out into flavor as well because I wasn't aware of what anything was. And my family they were not adventurous with food at all. So I never tried anything until like I made friends and like could drive and I was going out to eat and all my friends are getting like insane things and I'm like, what the hell is that? And then I was forced to try so many things that like now I love. But at the time, like it's like, I don't know, I feel like I've definitely evolved so much because I used to be the pickiest eater just because my household just never branched out. I didn't have a taco until I met Kaiki. Like I didn't have anything. So where I am at now,
it's a good spot.
It's huge for me.
Yeah. No, I'm proud of you. Like that's a really good place to be.
I'm relatively picky, but not like to the point where I like won't try anything or there's just like certain things that I'm like, not my vibe.
And and that's understandable. Like again, it's just the people that don't even like, oh, let me try at least a bite. Let me see like what that's about. And that are just like quick to judge a food if they've never had it. Like I'm
For sure.
like, and that's with anything. I feel like if you're putting your opinion on something that you have no idea how it is or what it is, don't opinionate.
That drives me insane.
Keep your thoughts to yourself.
That actually drives me insane. I hate that too.
People do that
all the time.
I can't stand it.
It drives me crazy.
Yeah. But I think that was a good one. You know,
I think that's all.
clearly we're hungry.
I'm starved.
I think is what
I'm
I've learned
thinking
from
so much about my pizza, like waiting for me
I'm so
at
excited
home.
for you.
Well, because my one brother, who doesn't live with us, he was going to come over and like have dinner with us tonight. And so my mom was like, I'm going to get pizza.
Oh, that's so
He
sweet.
unfortunately can't come anymore. But I was like, does that mean no pizza? My mom was like,
You're still craving it.
No,
I'm like,
we
I
could still get
want it.
pizza. And I was like, yes. I love pizza.
Do it.
I'm so excited.
I know I've been craving Chick-fil-A again.
I haven't had Chick-fil-A in the longest time.
I used to have it when I tell you every weekend, and I haven't had it in ages. And
I
then
was
I
never
finally
that
got
big
it.
on it.
I used to hate it.
It's good, but it's not like I just would never make it my first choice.
I used to hate it because they didn't open the one that is by us now. So we would have to drive like really, really far to go find the nearest one, which is like an hour away. But we went and I hated that one. Never went back. Then they ended up opening one near us. Tried it. Actually loved it. Ended up going, when I tell you, regularly. All the time I was there. Then I stopped for a long time. The first time I had it was earlier this week. And that was the first time in months.
I think I've had it like 3 times and I was just like, it's good. But I wasn't like, oh, this, just the way people talk about it. I was like, guys, this is like mid.
Yeah. And I feel like you have to know what to get. And I was getting what everyone else got back then. So like I would get like tenders or nuggets with Chick-fil-A sauce. I actually don't even like Chick-fil-A sauce. I don't like it.
I don't like it either. I think it just tastes like barbecue sauce.
I think it tastes like honey mustard.
Or is that what it is? I don't know.
I don't like it.
I forget.
I don't like it, but I like Polynesian. And I do the ranch and the zesty buffalo and mac and cheese and dip it with my nuggets. That's a vibe.
I just get the grilled chicken nuggets and fries.
Those are so good.
Those are good. I got those for a while because I was gluten-free, but then I learned that I like them better than the grilled nuggets.
They have
or
more
the,
flavor.
Whatever, crispy.
More flavor.
Yeah, so I went for that.
I agree. I had those last time. They were so
Really?
good. Yeah, because I went after I went to a workout. And I was like, I'm hungry. I want some protein. But I was like, I don't really want like a nugget.
Yeah.
So then I got grilled nuggets. And I felt really good. And I'm hungry.
I'm starved.
Yeah.
We should go eat.
Let's go eat. All right.
Thank you guys for tuning in.
Thanks, guys.
As per usual. Just another rambling day. We just like to
Basically.
gap. There's
Yeah.
nothing more else going on.
No. But other than that, I think that was a good one. So
It was good.
We're going to go eat.
Yes. And enjoy our weekends.
Yeah. And hopefully nothing else happens. And I say that every time, but like,
know.
I'm not kidding.
Every single week we have a problem.
So see you guys next week.
Pray for us, guys, but
Bye.
stuff. Shawty came from Mexico, she know she got the sweet stuff. Shawty came from Mexico.